Ready? Class. There's Barbara. Hi. All right, come onto your back. Bring your arms down by your side. Close your eyes. It's like when the teacher catches you talking in class. Bring your arms down by your side. Let your eyes close. Turn your palms up. And soften into your space. So maybe let the palms just relax open, let the feet relax open, just settle into your space. So today we're going to spend a little time in the beginner's mind. And what's powerful about the beginner's mind is it gives us permission to not know what's coming, to not know what's next, which culturally we struggle with, right? That's not what's supposed to be. Let's stretch the arms all the way over your head and just reach from your fingers to your toes. Good. And then draw your knees into your chest and hug your knees to you. Just do some circles with your knees, circling to the right, a few times, and then maybe go back the opposite direction to the left. Good. And then set your feet to the floor. Take a deep inhale here and just lift the hips up. Come into whatever version of bridge pose is going to serve you. So there's this Buddhist quote, and it says, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are few. And I've been thinking about this a lot because I've definitely said I don't know more in the last 4 months than I've ever said before. Right? With regard to what's going to happen, my yoga, teaching, to kids' school, to planning trips, to anything. Slowly lower all the way down. And let your knees come back into your chest. And this time, float them all the way over to the right. So just come into a spinal twist, arms in the T, gaze over. And that feeling of I don't know can cause us so much angst. Because we feel like we're supposed to know. But in reality, we never know. We feel like we know a little more, but this uncertainty always exists. So I got this email in my inbox, and it's written by the head of this yoga company that I am involved with. Draw your knees back to center, over to the other side, and change your gaze. So he's writing this, I think, to his to the people that use his services, basically. But I thought it was really interesting, so I'm going to share it with you. It starts off with just an email, right? And it says, I don't know. I find myself saying these 3 words a lot lately. When I'm asked what my plans for the winter are, I don't know. When I'm asked how the company is doing, I don't know. And I keep hearing it too. Friends saying they have no idea what they're going to do in the fall. Are the schools going to remain open? Are they going back to work? They don't know. Draw your knees back to center, and you're going to wrap your right leg over your left. So eagle legs. And then bring your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms. Good. And as you inhale, we're going to lengthen. So tap the fingers behind and tap the toes towards the ground. And then exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lengthen, fingers, toes, tap. Exhale, squeeze. Again, inhale, nice and long. And exhale, squeeze. Good, one more. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, squeeze. Okay, so you're gonna unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs, and rock up into a Navasana. So we're gonna come here for 5 breaths. If you want more, you're gonna straighten the legs, maybe not yet. Really looking to draw some focus into that core today. Even while you're here, maybe engage that pelvic floor, so squeeze. And then we're gonna lower back and switch sides. So left leg on top of right, left arm underneath right. I think I did the other side. I'm gonna switch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs. Once again, if we can, we're going to rock up into any version of Navasana. So you can hold your knees if you want. You can straighten the legs if you want. 5 breaths here. Cross at the ankles and roll over onto your hands and knees. Just work through some cat-cows on the mat. Good. In the past, admitting I don't know just wasn't socially acceptable. As soon as the word slipped out of my mouth, I felt like somehow I had failed in the planning department. Saying I don't know was admitting that I was missing something. Something was absent that needed to be present. But the truth of it is, none of us know. And we never really did. I recall in my 20s feeling this immense pressure to have the answers to everything. Of course I didn't have them, but I acted like I did. I must have looked ridiculous when I think about it. I felt suffocated and trapped by my approach. And I don't think I was alone in this charade. I can even feel this burden in my 8-year-old niece when I ask her a question that she obviously doesn't know the answer to. As soon as I tell her, she bluffs. Well, actually, I knew that, but I just forgot. Somehow we've created a society where we have never felt safe to not know, until recently. Good. So come back to neutral spine. And you're going to straighten the left leg. So we're going to come into a side plank variation. Swing the right leg behind you, left arm up. Let's float the arm over the ear. Soften through that shoulder. If you want more, you can lift the left leg and flex the foot, up to you. And then set the foot down, come back onto your hands and knees. We'll go switch and do the other side. So float the left foot out, straighten the right leg, reach the right arm up. Maybe over the ear if you want, maybe lift the right leg if you want. So then he goes on to talk about this quote that I shared with you. Come back into your hands and knees. Inhale, arch the spine. We're just going to round and come all the way to child's pose for a moment. So hips back to the heels, reach the arms forward, let the forehead come down to the mat. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. But in the experts, there are few. It feels like we all have the opportunity for beginner's mind now. We are living in a moment where our reality feels turned upside down. And so many of us are looking for truth, looking for what is real. We find ourselves drawn to authentic people and situations. But what happens when our search turns up something uncomfortable? What happens when we touch raw groundlessness and uncertainty? When what we want is something solid to rely on, groundlessness is challenging, even scary. That's what we face when we say, I don't know. Come into your downward dog. But not knowing isn't a cause for worry, because we never did know. Nothing is missing. Certainty was never there in the first place. Puddle it out, just check out what's going on in the body. When we recognize this, we can relax. We can begin to experience the uncertainty of situations, things, or people. It isn't as if something is being taken away, like we lost our teddy bear or safety blanket. Rather, we realize that things, at their very nature, were groundless from the beginning, regardless of how they appear. Roll forward to your plank and hold your high plank for 5 breaths. So again, we're accessing our hip flexors to hold up the legs, or the hips rather, press into the hands, we're warming up the shoulders. If you need to bring your knees to the mat, feel free. How does groundlessness manifest in our world? It manifests as belongings, relationships, situations, ideas. Everything we can say, think, see, think, and feel. Roll back to your downward dog. Good, nice and strong. Beautiful. With that understanding, which is quite daring, we begin to settle into the unknown. By relaxing there, we become comfortable in any situation. So that's what the beginner's mind gives us, right? This settling into the unknown. Slide forward to plank. Again, realizing the possibilities when we settle into the unknown. We may feel lighter, relieved from the pressure of having an answer. Situations become fresh and more playful. Confidence begins to dawn. Roll back to downward dog. Good. Our beginner's mind becomes pregnant with possibility. And the beautiful thing is that societally, this is already starting to shift. What might happen when we all truly accept uncertainty as the fabric of life? I don't know, but I'm curious to find out. Slide forward to your plank one more time, and lower all the way to the mat. So beginner's mind, that's where we are today. Inhale, come into baby cobra. So if you can imagine as you move through these poses, maybe it's the first time, right? View them with a beginner's mind. Exhale, lower. Then we can find this unbridled joy, right? We see how kids play when they experience something new. It's this unbridled joy. Press into the hands, lift the chest. They're not worried about 10 steps down the road. They're just worried about right now. And roll your way back to downward dog. Good. Uncertainty does not have to be our enemy. It can allow us to live more fully in the moment. Give yourself permission to say, I don't know. Start to walk the feet slowly towards the hands. So maybe bend the knees, little baby steps. Good. And just hang the head. Maybe clasp the alternate elbows and just sway from side to side a couple times. And let the arms go and slowly roll it up. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and set your intention for your beginner's mind today. Open up to the possibilities of not knowing. Because we never really did. And then open your eyes. Let's bring the arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, forward fold, bend the knees if you need to, let the head go. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back, so lengthen hands to the shins, or fingertips to the floor. Exhale, we're going to step back and hold our high plank, drawing from the strength of the body. Surrendering the need to know, working into the beginner's mind. Exhale, lower through chaturanga, or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, bring you into a high cobra. And exhale brings you back. Downward dog. 5 breaths here. Just breathe. And exploring Namaskar A like it's brand new, beginner's mind. Inhale high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, it's forward fold. Let the head go. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way around and up. Good. And then bring your hands back to your heart as you exhale. And again, brand new. Inhale. Greeting the day. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale brings us to a flat back, so lengthen here. Exhale flows us through plank chaturanga. Skip what you need to. Inhale lifts the chest, gaze forward, beautiful. Exhale brings us back, downward dog, lengthen. 5 breaths. Allow yourself to feel lighter, relieved from the pressure of having to know what's coming next. We practice that, right? We surrender that need to know when we come on the mat because you're just doing what I'm offering. You just let yourself be guided without having to think about it. We get to do that off the mat too. As you inhale, let's come high on the toes. Once again, as you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back here. Good. Exhale, forward fold, let the head go. Feel free to bend the knees. Inhale, let's sit into our chair. Utkatasana. Press back into the heels, lighten the toes, arms reach up. Good, Zoe. See if you can come into the heels like that a little more. Beautiful. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back here. Exhale, move through your plank chaturanga. Skip it if you need to, always. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Inhale, we're going to reach the right leg up. As you exhale, draw the knee towards your nose. Good. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Exhale, draw the knee towards your nose again. Round through. Good. Inhale, nice and high. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee all the way to the mat. Good. Arms are going to reach up. Soften into the right knee. Anjaneyasana. Right. Look up. Soften the shoulders. Bend into the knee. And just surrender the need to know. From here, we're going to bring the arms behind the back. Let's interlace the fingers. Roll your shoulder blades together. Look up. And then we'll curl the toes. If you're ready, you're going to lift the back knee. So squeeze the left buttocks, lift the back knee. Up to you. 2 more breaths here. Reach. And then whether or not the knee is lifted, you're going to set the left hand down and float the right arm up to the sky. Squeeze your left buttock. Breathe here. Good. Those fingers are reaching up to the sky. Exhale, top hand's going to come down to the mat. Inhale, we're going to step to plank. Exhale, move through your chaturanga. Inhale, beautiful, Bharati. Exhale, back, downward dog. Left leg's gonna lift nice and high. Exhale, draw the knee towards your nose, round and hold it. Inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, knee back to the nose. Inhale it back. Good. 3rd time. Knee to the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale. Float those arms all the way up. Anjaneyasana. Soften into the left knee now. Good. Relax the shoulders. Good, Lisa. And we're going to float the hands behind the back. So try the alternate threading of the hands if that feels okay. Roll your shoulder blades towards each other, look up. Curl your back toes, lift your back knee, squeeze through your right buttocks, or keep the knee down. Good, Barbara K. Knee moves out towards the pinky toe side of the foot a little bit, Andrew, if you can. And then set the right hand down, let the left arm reach up to the sky. Good. Open it up here. So the knee is moving in towards the midline, but the chest is opening. And now those left fingertips are reaching towards the sky. Good. 2 more breaths here. You can reach your left arm a little higher up, Barbara. Yeah. And then bring that top hand down. Inhale brings you to plank. You decide vinyasa or not. We'll meet in downward dog. So soften into the unknowing of what's next. There's a freedom in just surrendering. There's no shame in I don't know. That's what we get to learn through this time. How to cultivate our beginner's mind. How to just appreciate what things are in this moment. Let's focus on what's next and more focus on what's now. Inhale high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we're going to find a flat back. Exhale, we're going to forward fold, shake out the head. Inhale brings us back to our chair, Utkatasana. And once again, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flows us through our plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, rolls us back, downward dog. Warrior 1. So pretend it's the first time you've ever done this pose. Plant the left foot, step the right foot forward. As you soften into the right knee, lift the chest, float the arms up. And just recognize strength here. Warrior 1. It's a really powerful pose. We don't think about it because we do it so much. We just know it's coming. As you exhale, Warrior 2, front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Maybe bend a little more deeply into that right knee. Reach back through the left fingers and then forward through the right. Let's turn those palms all the way up to the sky and reverse the warrior. So left hand floats back, right arm reaches up, bend into the front knee. Steamy today. It's like hot yoga. Sweep the left hand down inside the right foot. Lift off your back heel. Once again, we're in our twist. So if you feel like coming further, you can come into a side plank. Ask yourself the question, and it's okay if the answer is, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe not today. Right? So you'll stack the legs, or the left knee can be down just like it was at the beginning class. Right? Lift through your lower side waist. Top arm might float over the ear. Good, Maggie. Beautiful. Nice, Kim. Beautiful, Erica. Good, Jane. Toss into that left big toe if you're lifting the right leg. You got it. And we'll move through and meet in downward dog. So you decide, how do I get there? What is my path? And it's okay if I don't know. It's okay if I just let the body guide me. You don't have to know. It's all an illusion anyway. What we think we know is next. It's just an illusion. Plant the right foot, step the left foot forward, warrior 1. Arms reach up, second side, first time. Brand new, beginner's mind today. Maybe we're going to press into the big toe and heel of that back foot a little more. Wrap your right hip forward, soften through the shoulders. Good. As you exhale, open to warrior two. Front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Arms are nice and strong. Good. Let the push and pull happen. Good. Turn your palms up and reverse your warrior. So as you come back, don't forget about that front knee. Good, Barbara. Move your knee out towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Perfect. And then press through the outer edge of the back foot and lift through your inner arch of the back foot. As you exhale, we're going to windmill. Right hand comes down inside left foot. Lift off your back heel. Float the inside arm up to the sky. Find your twist. And then if you feel like it, come into your side plank. But it's okay if you don't know. You don't have to know. Just try and see, just like we would if we were a kid, right? We'd say, oh, I'll give it a try. See what happens. 2 more breaths. And flow your way through plank chaturanga. 4 seconds. We'll meet in a downward dog. So take 5 breaths here. If you want to rest, go for it. There's so many possibilities when we open ourselves up to not setting firm expectations for what's next. When you're ready, come out of your child's pose if you're there. High on the toes as you inhale, exhale, knees bend, hop, step, float, feet to the next. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back again. Exhale, we're going to fold. Inhale brings us back to Utkatasana, so sit into your chair. Shoulders are soft, knees is forward, belly draws in, and then we'll forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa, but skip whatever you need to. There is no judgment, there is no expectation. It's okay to not know, to skip, to change course. Plant the left foot, step the right foot forward. Warrior one, arms reach up. Good, shoulders relax. Good. As you exhale, let's find warrior two. Front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. Bend into the front knee. This time, right forearm's going to come to right thigh. Left arm's going to reach up. And when you're ready, over the ear. So press into the outer edge of that back foot. Opening up. Yeah, good. Good, Maggie. Breathe here. And then we're going to float right into half moon. So bend into your right knee, float the right hand down on a block or on the ground, and lift the left arm up. Maybe pretend it's the first time you've ever floated into half moon. It's such an expressive pose. You can open up through that lifted hip. Good. And then let's bring that top hand down and find your standing split. So let the head go. Hands can come back towards the foot or a little forward. It's up to you. Good. Flexing the foot. So flex your foot, Barbara. Okay, and drop that lifted hip a little bit. So you're rolling your lifted inner thigh towards your standing one. You too can. Good. And then we're going to step the back foot just about 3 feet behind you and fold over this leg. Parsvottanasana. So make sure the feet are not railroad chopped, meaning in one line. You want to have width between your feet. You want to let the left hip come forward and as you fold over. softly into the right knee. We're going to meet in downward dog. So if you feel like vinyasa ing, go for it. If you don't, just meet us in downward dog. We'll find our second side. So plant the right foot, step the left foot forward. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Good. As you exhale, let's find warrior two. Front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Softening the shoulders. And then bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Let your right arm reach up. Good, Erica. And bring it over the ear. If you want, press into the outer edge of that back foot, lifting through the inner arch of your back foot. So really try to lift through that back arch. Yeah, good. So we lose our arches over time. Good. And then from here, we're going to make our way right into Ardha Chandrasana. So float the left hand down, lift the right leg up, let that right arm reach all the way up. Gaze up if you feel comfortable doing that with your neck. And then pretend this is your first time. So float that top leg up as high as you can. Open it. Good. Breathe here. And then let the top hand come down. We're going to find that standing split. So when we do that, we're rolling the lifted inner thigh towards the standing one. So we're going to be emphasizing the adductors a little bit today, those inner thighs. So send your energy there. Think about that in this pose. We so often think about the standing leg when we're in standing split. Now think about the lifted one. Rolling that right inner thigh towards your midline. And then the lifted foot's going to step behind about 3 feet. Widen the distance between your feet. Good, Zoe. Just to make sure you can find equal weight in both feet. And then fold over the leg. Maybe we'll bend the knee a little bit if we need to. That's okay. Okay. Shaking out the head, just softening here. And we're going to meet in downward dog. So again, you decide how you want to get there. Up to you. Every time we move, think about it like it's your first time. You don't need to know what's coming next. You don't have expectations for your body on your mat today. It's all brand new. You're just opening to the possibilities. It's like when we try something new, we don't have expectations for ourselves, right? We can say, oh, this is the first time, so if I'm bad at it, who cares? Imagine if we could think that way all the time. Let go of that judgment. Inhale, high on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back here. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Inhale, come back into Utkatasana. Good. So this time we're going to do grasshopper arms. So you're going to bend the elbows. Try to retract your shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades are coming together. Right? Good. And then as you exhale, we're going to forward fold and interlace the hands. Let the head shake out. If you need a bend in the knees, all good, no worries. If you can, press even the balls of your hands together. I'm not doing that because of my little nagging tennis elbow I told you about last week. But for the rest of you guys, if you can, do that because it's good for your wrists. And then come to your flat back again. Bend your knees. We're going to step the left foot all the way back behind us. Coming up into a high lunge with the arms reaching back. Good, yeah. So keep that chest lifted. We're going to actually keep the hands clasped. as we come into warrior three. So hinge forward, lifting the left leg, seeing if you can reach those arms all the way up to the sky. And we're going to move back towards our standing split again. When you need to release the hands, you go ahead and do it. No judgment, no expectation. Pretend it's your first time. Good. And then we're going to bend the right knee and set the left toes really long behind us. And come back up into a high crescent warrior. And this time, hands come to the heart and we're going to twist. The left elbow comes outside right knee. So remember I said we're going to focus on the inner thighs? So as you twist here, your back inner thigh, your left one, is going to roll in. Imagine you're trying to squeeze a block between your thighs, so they're going to roll. Good. With that emphasis, if you want to come further into the twist, you can separate the arms, you can play with any version of a bind you want, but draw yourself back to this brand new idea, the inner thighs. It's not usually what we think about in our perfect apart hypnosis. Good. Okay. Hands are going to come down. We're actually going to walk our way into fan pose. So walk your feet, or parallel your feet, walk your hands to the wide part of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, let's fold. Hands can come onto the ankles. They can be to the floor. Head can work its way. You can widen your feet. Beginner's mind. There's no wrong. There's no right. It's just what is going to serve you right now. We can feel lighter and relieved from the pressure when we don't have to have an answer. We can just see. We can just explore. We can just try. There's no right, there's no wrong. And then we're going to walk the hands forward so that you're inside your right foot. So lift off the back heel. And we're going to come into our first lizard. So drop your back knee, come onto your forearms if you can, if you want to. And again, focus on this right knee moving towards your midline. Okay, so inner thigh adductors working here. Squeezing that right knee in. And then we're going to curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. So we're squeezing through the buttocks. And we're going to end up in a forearm plank. So if you prefer to come through downward dog to get there, all good. If it's available, you're just going to walk the right foot back and come into your forearm plank. So you're on your forearms. Right? Good. Drawing the belly in, lifting the hips a little bit, pressing into the hands and the forearms. And then we're going to lower the hips down. So we're coming into Sphinx pose. Walk the elbows back, spread through the fingers, look forward. Roll your shoulder blades towards each other. Good. As you exhale, lower, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then inhale, come into a high plank. And then as you exhale, roll your way back down. Take a few breaths here, so if you need a rest, offer it up. Be childlike in your practice today, right? No judgment, just do what feels good. That's what kids do. Beginner's mind. Next inhale, we'll come high on the toes. Next exhale, bend the knees, hop stepper, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, sit into your Utkatasana. Good. As you exhale, we'll do grasshopper arms. So bend the elbows, retract the shoulder blades, sit a little deeper. Good, Zoe. As you exhale, we're going to forward fold. Let's interlace the hands the opposite way off the back. Let the head relax. Good, Jane. If you need to bend your knees, it's okay. Inhale, keep the hands clasped. We're going to look forward. Bend the knees. This time we'll step the right foot back behind us. Come into our high crescent lunge with the arms clasped. Good. Shoulder blades draw together. Gaze up to the sky. And we're going to begin to hinge forward. Arms reach up. If you can, you're lifting the right leg behind you. Warrior 3. Inner thigh, right? So lifted inner thigh rolls towards standing one. Foot is flexed. Good, Lisa. Flex the foot if you can. Yep. And then we're shifting towards a standing split. Whenever you need to release the arms, go ahead and do it. Good. Lifted inner thigh rolls towards standing one. Adductors. When we focus on something different in a pose we do all the time, it makes it new. Right? Lets us create a practice of the beginner's mind. Bend your left knee, step your right foot long behind you. We're coming up into our lunge again, or crescent warrior, arms up. And then hands are going to come to the heart, and we're going to twist. Opposite elbow outside the knee, top elbow points up, and again, focus back on the inner thighs. So imagine I was going to ask you to squeeze a block between those two thighs. Hold the block in your thighs. Good. If you want more, you're separating the hands. Good. Nice, Kelly. So you exhale, set the hands down. We're going to walk wide into our fan pose again. So walk hands around to the long side of the mat. Good. Head's going to come towards the floor. And this time, let's walk the right arm forward. So kind of like a long downward dog with just the right arm. And then the left arm is going to thread underneath the right and out to the side, and maybe the head tucks under there, so we're adding a twist here. But bring your focus back into your feet for a moment. Look up to the sky. And then we're going to switch and do the other side. So left arm walks forward, right arm threads underneath the left. Looking up to the sky, and then bring your focus into both feet. And bring the hands back and walk them forward. So we're going to turn the left foot back forward, hands to the inside of the left foot. Back knee drops down. We're coming into lizard. Coming onto your forearms, bringing your focus back once again into that front knee, moving towards your midline. And then we're going to lift the back knee. And we're coming back into our forearm plank. So however you wanted to get there or got there the first side, try that. We're going to be here 5 breaths. But if you want to add something, a little playful action, you can try the salutes. So what does that mean? That means right hand might come to your cheek, and then down, and then left hand to cheek. And maybe both hands to the cheek, right? Kind of funny, this little thing, but it makes it a bit harder. Good, Barbara. Hey, we're just playtime. We're just exploring like it's something we've never done before. And lower the hips all the way down. Good. Press into the hands and the forearms. Find your Sphinx. As you exhale, lower all the way down. This time, hands underneath shoulders. Let's add the legs for Shalabhasana. So lift the legs. Soften through the buttocks. Just lift the head. See the hands come off the mat. Good. Arms can do whatever you want them to do. Out to the side, to the side. As you exhale, you inhale, come back into your downward dog. 5 breaths here. So just take a moment. If you need a child's pose, offer it to yourself. Right? We get to be kind on the mat to ourselves. That's our practice, as we cultivate the options of a beginner's mind. There's so many possibilities when you don't have set expectations for what's next. Okay, next inhale, we're going to come high on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. We're going to sit into Utkatasana again. So inhale, sit back into your chair. As you exhale, come to Ardha Utkatasana. Arms are reaching forward, and then let's bring hands to the mat. And walk your feet out to Malasana. Hands are going to come to your hearts. Sitting into your Malasana squat. Now let's just take a moment to activate our pelvic floor. Okay, so just imagine it's an elevator. It's an elevator. It's moving up the elevator shaft. So as you inhale, start to move it up the floors, maybe from the first floor to the second, to the third, to the fourth, and then it slowly lowers down. And options here, we're going to meet in downward dog, but if anybody wants a Bakasana, now would be the time. So if you're working in crow, you're going to bring your knees all the way up towards your armpits. Shift the weight forward, maybe one, maybe both feet lift. Maybe your feet come together. Maybe you have a version of a kickback, right, that you want to work through. Good Andrew, good Maggie. Nice Erica, beautiful. Good Jade. Lots of kickbacks today. And we'll meet in downward dog. Awesome, guys. Spread through the fingers. Let's plant the left foot, step the right foot forward. We're going to find warrior one as you inhale. Good. As you exhale, let's find warrior two. Good. Let's turn the palms up and reverse it out. Stay nice and bent through your front knee. And as you inhale, straighten your right leg. Let's come into Trikonasana. So drop the right hip, lift the left, float the right hand down, let the left arm reach all the way up, looking up to the sky. And even here, I'm going to ask that you try to move your feet towards each other. They're not going to move, but we're going to activate those adductors, okay? So you're trying to move your feet towards each other, and you'll notice your inner thighs and your hamstrings engage. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to turn the right toes parallel with the left, so like we're going to come to fan, but we're not. We're going to turn the feet out, so we're going to be in goddess squats. Okay? Yeah, good. Kim's got it. All right. And we're going to bend the knees and lower the hips. Good. Let's bring the hands to the thighs. And you're just going to shift and drop one shoulder forward at a time. So as you exhale, bring the right shoulder forward. Inhale it up. Exhale left. Inhale it up. And again. Exhale right, inhale it up, exhale left, inhale it up. One more each side with the goddess squats. Good. Good. And then straighten the legs, come back into your Trikonasana. but we're going to move it more into revolved triangle. So turn your left foot forward, wrap the left hip, bring the left hand down inside or outside the foot of the right foot, and right arm's going to come up. Breathe here. Again, squeezing and wrapping that right inner thigh towards your midline. And then if the left hand is inside the right foot, it's going to stay there. If it was on the outside of the foot, bring it to the inside. We're going to make our way back into a twist. I'm just shifting so you guys can see a little better. Okay, so we're in that twist. You decide. You can stay here. My goal here is to work into a special version of side plank. So I'm going to show you what it is. Right foot comes all the way to the outside. Left leg comes forward. And we're lifting the left leg up. So again, we're squeezing. You know, I sound like a broken record here. So right leg is out, right leg comes down, left leg comes forward. Yep. Good. Try to lift the left leg. Beautiful, guys. And we'll meet in a downward dog. Or you decide how you get there. Whew. I'm sweaty, and I'm doing like 20% of what you guys are doing. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. Good. Okay, let's plant the right foot, step the left foot forward. Warrior 1, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Inhale, we're reversing the warrior, staying bent in the knees. So even though we've done this already today, pretend it's the first time. Beginner's mind. Straighten the front leg, bring your hands to your hips. Get ready to shift into your Trikonasana. So left hip drops, right hip lifts, left arm floats down, right arm reaches up to the sky. And again, play with the feet. So imagine you're trying to slide your feet towards each other. They're not going to move, but you're engaging those inner thighs and hamstrings. Good. Hands are going to come back to the hips. We're going to parallel the feet again so we're ready for fan, but again we're going to do goddess squats. So feet are out. Good. This time we're just going to lower and hold. And remember that elevator with your pelvic floor. So draw it up. And then inhale, come on up. And exhale, we're going to lower. Stay here for 5 breaths. Move your pelvic floor up like an elevator shaft, up the shaft. Right? So maybe the 4th floor, maybe the 5th floor. All right, come on up. Good. Turn the left toes forward, step the right foot out. We're getting ready for revolved Trikonasana facing the stone wall. So right hand's going to come down to the inside or outside of the left foot. Drop the right hip, let the left arm come up. Make sure you're nice and balanced in the feet. So if you're not, widen the distance between your feet a little bit. We hold on to rigid expectations of what is supposed to be. When we free ourselves from that, we find more joy. We let go of the pressure of having to have the answer all the time. We accept, I don't know. I don't know is okay. Okay. So bend into the left knee. Keep the right hand now to the inside of the foot. Shimmy your right foot back so you're in a lunge. And left arm's up. So we're going to do that funky side plank thing again. Or not. You stay here if you want to. Or come to the pinky toe of the right foot. Step the left foot all the way down and press it down. And then bring the right leg forward. Flex the foot and lift it. Yes. Good, Kelly. Good, Kim. Nice, Lisa. 2 more breaths here. And we're going to meet in a downward dog. All right. up, so hop or step or walk the feet up to the top of the mat. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's sit into our chair pose as you inhale. This is the last little bit. Kind of putting it all together. You know there's always somewhere we're going, right? Bring your arms out. It's like airplane wings. We're going to wrap the right arm. I'm thinking, stuff like that. Right arm on top of left. Yeah. Right arm on top of left for eagle. Good. Sit into your Utkatasana. Draw the belly in. And we're going to float the left leg back. So arms stay in eagle. We're coming into that high crescent warrior with your eagle arms. Good. Bend into your front knee. Draw the belly in. Good. And then we're going to swing the left leg back around for eagle. So this is the ultimate action in those inner thighs. You're rolling them in towards each other. So left leg's on top of right. Left arm is underneath right. We're going to hinge forward maybe. Elbows over knees, you decide. And then if the foot is tucked behind the calf, you're going to set the toes to the floor either way. We're going to come into a seated twist. So unwrap the arms and come into a seated twist. Left leg is on top of right. Good. Let's twist. Left arm comes behind. Right arm reaches up. Hand to the knee. Elbow to the knee. You decide. Chest lifts as you inhale. Twist as you exhale. Again, inhale nice and tall. Exhale, we're going to twist. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Draw your gaze back forward. Swing around to the other side. Let your left arm just line the inside of your left leg. It'll counter stretch. Alright, come back. Unwrap the legs. We're going to bring the legs out in a wide-legged split. Lost that word. Okay. So this is kind of where we've been going. We've really been focusing on hip flexors. We've been focusing on adductors, quads, hamstrings, right? Mula bandha. So we're going to just play with our bandha lifts. But here's the thing. Beginner's mind, right? No judgment. Pretend it's the first time. Just see what happens. So what does that mean? You're like, what does that mean? This is what it means. You're going to plant your left hand in the front and the right hand behind. Okay? You're going to create that elevator action. So draw the belly in. Think about your inner thighs rolling in. Think about the pelvic floor moving up. Take a deep inhale. Press down. And see what happens. It's actually harder on the grass. Just play, right? See what happens. Take a deep inhale. Press down. And lift. Right? And we're going to try the other side. That's Elijah, our 8-year-old neighbor. I think he's okay. He screamed, Mom! All right. So now bring the right hand forward and the left hand back. So this is beginner's mind, right? Brand new. Never done this before. Draw the belly in. Press down into the hands. Take a deep inhale. And lift. Right? Okay. Awesome. Cross up the ankles. Roll over your knees. Come to downward dog. Second and last side. Walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Okay, sit back into your chair. Utkatasana. Arms come out like airplane wings. This time, left arm on top of right. Good. And we're going to step the right foot all the way back. Come into our high crescent warrior last time. Squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. Look up. And then we're going to wrap the right leg around the left for eagle. Sitting into it. Good. Squeezing here. So as we create that inward motion, we're also working top of the thigh. Elbows coming over knees if you want. We're going to come to that seated twist. So unwrap the hands, set the right toes to the floor. Right leg's on top this time. Left hand comes around to the knee, or elbow to the knee. Right hand behind. Inhale. And exhale, twist. And again, inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, twist. Look over that back shoulder. And again, inhale, nice and long. Exhale, twist. Let's walk the arms back around. Right arm lines the inside of the right leg. Look over your back, shoulder. And then bring your gaze forward. Let's widen the legs again. We're not going to do bandha lifts anymore. You're free. Just going to do a side stretch. So right arm's going to come down. Left arm's going to reach up. Let's float it over the air. Looking up to the sky. And then walk the arms around to the other side. Left arm inside left leg. Right arm up and over. Good. Come on back. Bend the knees, cross the ankles. We're just going to come onto our hands and knees. And step the right foot forward to the outer edge of the mat. So it's kind of like we've been doing with lizard, but we're going to stay on the hands. We're going to use this as an opportunity to stretch the back thigh, all of it. So right hand comes around, grab the foot. So what we used in our bandha lifts, what we've been using today, we just want to stretch it out. Two more breaths here. And release the foot and walk your right foot across towards the left side of your mat. Let's come to pigeon pose. Fold here. So this fear of the uncertainty, the worry, we store a lot of that here in the hip. As we begin to realize that uncertainty is always the reality, that we begin to realize things at their very nature were groundless from the beginning, regardless of how they appeared. How does this groundlessness manifest itself in our world? It manifests as belongings, relationships, situations, ideas, everything we can see, think, and feel. With that understanding, which is quite daring, we begin to settle into the unknown. By relaxing there, we become comfortable in any situation. We may feel lighter, relieved from the pressure of having the answer. Situations become fresh and more playful. Confidence begins to dawn. Our beginner's mind becomes pregnant with possibility. So come back onto your hands and knees and just open and close out your right knee. Just stretch those adductors a little bit. and then set the right knee down. And step the left foot forward to the outer edge of your mat. Knees bent. Good. So the inside hand, the left hand's going to come around, grab the right foot. Let's have a nice long stretch into those quads. Good. 2 more breaths. And then release the foot. And walk the left foot over towards the right side of your mat for pigeon. Second side. Pull deeply. You can always do this on your back if you need to. Make your way back to hands and knees. And just open and close that left knee. Good. And then cross the ankles and roll back and over. And keep the knees bent because we're just going to transition onto our backs now. So slowly lower down. We'll do one final back bend. So you decide you want bridge or Urdhva Dhanurasana or Matsyasana fish pose, whatever works for you today. Good. Okay. And we're going to slowly lower that down. Draw your knees back into your chest. Maybe do a little bit of circling again. I'm going to float the knees over to the right. Arms will come in a T, head to the left. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are few. Open up your mind to I don't know. Draw your knees back to center, over to the other side. Change your gaze. And then make your way back and slowly lower your legs down to the floor and bring your arms down by your side. Close your eyes for your rest. Here's our chance to offer ourselves the gift of the beginner's mind. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And stretch your arms all the way over your head. And then draw your knees into your chest. And make your way slowly onto your right side. And then find your way up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart. Eyes closed. And settle into your beginner's mind. I thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me today on your mat. I wish you all a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.